This is Raider News Update with Cameron Smith and Leah Barney with the news, Catherine Briante with arts and entertainment, and Patrick Ankles with sports. And now, from Studio B at Scotch Plains Fanwood High School, Cameron Smith and Leah Barney.
Welcome to the Period 7-8 Raider News Update. I'm Cameron Smith.
And I'm Leah Barney. DECA recently participated at a regional competition at Middlesex County College. Jenny Lynch went on location to find out how the competition went.
Location with Lucy Hollander and Caitlin Flood. Caitlin is the secretary of DECA and Lucy is the president of our DECA chapter at school. And DECA recently competed at their regional competition. So tell me about what happened there.
Well, we had a really successful trip to regionals this year. We had about 110 competing members and we had 47 of them qualify.
Wow, that's great. And so what happens after regionals? You guys go on to states. Can you tell me a little more about that?
So states is a 3-day conference in Cherry Hill in mid-March, and everyone that qualified from regionals competes at states, and the top 3 in each event go on to the international conference, which is in Atlanta this year in May.
Wow, great. Well, good luck to everyone competing at states. We'll catch up soon. Now back to the studio.
Model UN recently attended a conference in Hershey, Pennsylvania. I went on location to find out more. I'm Cameron Smith, and I'm here with Jack Musso. So, Jack, how did the Model UN trip turn out this year?
Well, it happened on Friday, January 10th to Sunday, January 12th, and it was held at the Hershey Lodge in Hershey, Pennsylvania. It was about 90 students from Scotch Plains Fanwood attended, out of a total of 1,600 students overall from almost all northeastern states.
How'd it go?
Oh, it went really well. Several students won awards for best country research paper because as we represent a country, we have to write a position paper displaying what the country's views on various topics are. A couple of students won awards for that. We also won not an award, but a commendation for being an outstanding delegation, which is a very prestigious honor considering there are about 50 delegations overall who attend, and only about 8 or 10 actually end up getting outstanding delegations. So it was very impressive to receive that kind of honor.
Thanks, Jack. Back to studio.
Every student at Scotch Plains Fanwood High School takes 4 years of physical education. In an attempt to make gym more fun, Miss Mazzarella took her classes to screaming parties in Springfield, New Jersey. They learned to jump for exercise and to climb to build upper body strength.
To celebrate the new year and the year of their graduation, the senior class held a senior social. Raider News caught up with some of the seniors to see how it went.
Jenny Tyler and Miss Bribella talking about the senior social. So what was the purpose of the senior social this year?
The purpose of the senior social this year is to build camaraderie with the whole grade before our graduation.
So what exactly happened in senior social? I know there was free food and there were raffles, but what else really happened then?
We played games, we ate pizza together, and we just had a good time before a basketball game.
Sounds awesome. Now back to the studio.
Monday, January 20th is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Opening ceremonies will be held at the Jewish Community Center from 10 to 11 a.m. Volunteer activities throughout the Scotch Plains Fanwood area will be held from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more information, click on MLK Day at www.spfmlkday.com. Let's make Martin Luther King Jr. Day a day on, not a day off.
And now let's go to arts and entertainment with Katie Brianti.
Thanks, Cameron. The top 5 songs of this week are, at number 5, Say Something by A Great Big World and Christina Aguilera. At number 4, Royals by Lorde. Number 3, The Monster by Eminem featuring Rihanna. At number 2, Counting Stars by OneRepublic. And coming in at number 1, Timber by Pitbull featuring Kesha. Top 5 movies of this week are, at number 5, American Hustle. At number 4, The Wolf of Wall Street. At number 3, The Legend of Hercules. Number 2, Frozen. And coming in at number 1, The Lone Survivor. Recently, the dance team performed in the cafeteria for all of the lunches. Let's take a look at some footage.
It's January 10th, 2014. I'm with Abigail Jenkinson. She's a part of the dance team. So, Abby, I heard that you're dancing in the lunches. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Okay, so we're performing in the lunches. We're dancing to J-Lo, Poppy. And it's basically to spread awareness for the dance team and come out to support the basketball team because they deserve to get a big crowd and enjoy a performance during halftime.
So, tell me a little bit about the dance team.
So basically the dance team performs at basketball games, school functions. We do competitions like Six Flags in the spring. And we just want to make a big family and for the school to know more about us.
The Day of Percussion will be held in the SBFHS Auditorium on Saturday, February 1st from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Admission for students 12 and over is $7, and for students 12 and under is $5. Refreshments will be available. There are 3 featured performances. For more information, contact Joseph Rio at jrio@sbfk12.org. Now let's go to this week's Critics Corner.
Hi, I'm Danielle.
And I'm Dan.
And this is Critics Corner. This week we are reviewing The Hobbit, Desolation of Smaug. Okay, so to start off, I really enjoyed the movie. Although, if you've seen this movie, you've probably seen the one before this, which you could probably tell it did not fit the book. But even so, I was amazed, like always, by this movie, by the animation, by the camera work, everything, and I love the acting. So, yeah, what do you think?
Well, I do believe it's a better step up from the previous movie, the first one. It's much better. It's completely better directed. It's the audio was much better this time around for me, at least. But yeah, it was the story. Well, it's the same story, but I mean, at least in this part, it was more action and more, on the edge of what happened, and also a lot more comedy, and the comedy is much better.
I totally agree with the comedy. I enjoyed it so much with that. And also, at the ending, there's a huge cliffhanger, which frustrates me to no end. Like, I can't comprehend it. I can't. Anyway, so how many stars do you give it?
I would give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's really good. I suggest you go see it.
I give it 4 out of 5 stars, mainly because I like the book. I also kind of wish it still followed the book, but even so, it was phenomenal. So, yeah, that was Critics Corner. Come back next week.
Now let's go to Weekly Preview with Maddie and Jenny.
Hello, Scotch Twins Fanwood High School. I'm not Madison Cooper.
And I'm not Jenny Tyler.
But she is. And this is our weekly preview. This Friday night, come support the boys basketball team at home against Westfield at 8 p.m.
New movies this week includes Ride Along with Kevin Hart and Ice Cube and Devil's Due. Now on demand, Percy Jackson's Sea of Monsters is available.
Well, that's all for this week, folks. Back to the studio.
Now let's go to Patrick Hankels with sports.
Thank you, Leah. The Scotch Plains Fanwood Raiders hockey team is looking to pull off a win in Thursday's showdown against Westfield. Led by Coach Matt Gunther and Matt Genesio, the team is avidly preparing for their upcoming game against their rivals. Hopefully, they can break out of their losing streak and come up with a win. Now let's go on location for the bowling team.
Matt McGowan, and this is John Burgos. He's the captain of the bowling team. So, John, any important games coming up?
We have a match today. It's a crossover against Roselle Park. We haven't faced them yet. We don't know how they are, but this should be. We're better than them. I know that. We have a match tomorrow. We don't know yet. We have a position round Friday, and we don't know who we're competing against yet.
Okay, great. And what's your win-loss record?
Our win-loss record right now, we're 4-4.
Okay. And do you have any personal goals for the season?
My personal goal is just to keep improving in my game, just keep winning as a team, and basically that's it.
Okay, that's great. Now back to the studio.
Now let's go on location for the girls' basketball team.
Hi, I'm on location with Megan Welch. Hello.
Hey.
So how did the Keith Van Avango tournament go? It went really well. We got our first 2 wins of the season in that tournament. The first game we beat Mother Seton, and then the second game it was a very exciting game. We were down by Woodbridge by 12, and then we just came back and beat them to win the tournament.
That's really good. So how's the season going so far?
We're doing all right. We are currently 3-6, and we just got a big win yesterday against Oak Knoll by 2. So we're looking to keep the wins coming.
That wraps it up for sports. Now back to Cameron and Leah.
And now let's go to the car of the week.
Hi, we're Jenny and Jenny, and welcome to Car of the Week.
Here we have senior Gabrielle DePaula and her 2008 Chevy Suburban. Color of Gabrielle's car is classic black. She drives the extra big car because she loves driving her brothers and sisters around. What is it like driving a big car?
I like it because it's comfortable. I can fit all my friends and all my family in it.
And now we have the interior of the 2008 Chevy Suburban. Here we have the satellite radio that plays XM, AM, and FM. Here we have a DVD player in the car. We also have side view airbags and front airbags. Gabby, what's your favorite aspect of the interior?
My favorite thing is probably the radio because I can listen to music wherever I go.
It's Car of the Week.
Now let's go to meteorologist Matt with this week's weather.
This is meteorologist Matt McGowan filling in for meteorologist Matt Halpin, and this week is going to be very cold. It's going to start off 40 degrees on Monday, cloudy and cold, then 30 degrees on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then by the end of the week, it's going to go to the 20s.
And that wraps it up for the Period 7-8 Raider News Update.
Be sure to tune in next week for the Period 4-5 edition.
You stay classy, Spiffy Eye.
Ali Zazali with sports. And now, from Studio B at Scotch Plains Fanwood High School, Ada Rashansky and Elizabeth Stamler.
Senior Citizens Day took place on March 10th. Student volunteers got to know their senior citizen buddy while they enjoyed a few scenes of Rep Theater's West Side Story, along with Name That Tune and Bingo.
The show was a great success on Friday, as well as Saturday and Sunday. The dancing was phenomenal and the singing was extraordinary.
Doctors cautioned John Paul not to use his voice as often to ensure breathing and complete recovery.
Giving Shabazz all they could handle at the East Orange campus, the Raiders bowed 57-52 to the Bulldogs.
This is 34 News Update with Stacy Goldberg and Katie Devlin with the news.
Great food was served as long as delicious desserts after dinner. Tickets were $4 and $6 at the door.
Be sure to sign up now. Prizes will be awarded at the event, along with the proceeds being donated to finding a cure for cancer.
Even though the Spiffy High Jazz Band did not compete, it gave a wonderful performance. Schools from South Plainfield, New Brunswick, and Edison also participated in the competition.
Caitlin Carmen and Carlene Bronikowski are doing well on high jump. Sean Smith, Greg Bryant, Kyle Robotham, and Ted Acosta have been holding it down for the guys.
Some of our viewing audience has already discovered we are now on Comcast Digital Cable, Channel 902, as well as Channel 34. Starting today, we'll use our new name, Raider News, and Raider News Update.
Once again, DECA didn't leave states empty-handed. With a first-place win in public relations by 34 News' own Julie Hyman and Stacy Goldberg, and another first-place win in civic consciousness by myself and Catherine Pasica,
This year's production of 42nd Street will be one to remember. Rep has been practicing non-stop after school each day till about 9. They've perfected every scene and things are running smoothly.
The girls swimming team capped off another amazing season with the Public B State Championship back on February 26th at the College of New Jersey. The girls were able to hold off powerful Haddonfield by the score of 88-82
Starting September 1st, 2006, a new policy will restrict the selling of junk food